Good evening, everybody. Jimmy's back. So you know what that means? That means it's Btcc night tonight. Round 7. What you're watching is a replay from last week's feature race at Catalonia, and I tell you what a race. We had some absolutely brilliant battles up and down the grid. We had some outstanding performances, mainly, the driver that won Driver of the Day was Swifty. What an incredible performance he put in. Actually bringing his Peugeot home for the Independents in 4th place overall, and winning it for the Independents. So congratulations to Swifty. Sadly he can't be with us tonight, he's got family commitments. But I'm sure he'll be sneaking away somewhere to catch a bit of the stream. Well, I hope he will. So, before I go any further, you know this part, you know the drill by now. I've got to introduce my trusty... Well, hang on, is that the right word? Trusty? Yeah, he can be sometimes. Adam, are you there, dude?
I'm here. I'm trusted to be here.
What happens after this, I have no control over.
You found the mute button earlier on, so you can control it to some extent.
Yeah, hopefully that won't be needed. So, I was just saying, Adam, what a race we had last week.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant, wasn't it? As you said, touched on there with Swifty doing a fantastic job, getting 4th overall. But the person that we really do need to mention as well is Clayjax. He returned back to the championship, having missed 3 rounds, and got our first clean sweep award of the season by winning both races, getting the pole position and both fastest laps. So he's obviously on a mission to regain all the points that he's lost over the last 3 rounds. And trying to get himself back in the championship fight.
That's right, you were cracking a little bit there, Adam. I don't know whether that's just... Anybody in the chat, can you give us a mic check, please? For myself and Adam. Just let us know if it should be all okay. But,
yeah, quality of sound, not quality of content you're judging us on, just to be...
Well, you're not going to win on that one, are you?
No, exactly, that's what I mean. Make sure they're judging me on the right thing.
But see, you're alright now. Maybe it was just the... I don't know, maybe it was when there was a race on. I don't know. Strange. But, so what we've got on the menu tonight is the grid's heading over to Asia, Japan, for Autopolis. Now, this is a fictional track, unless I'm wrong. I hope it is, because I wouldn't like to race it in real life. I'm glad these guys are doing it. So yeah, we're heading over to Autopolis for a sprint and a feature. This is round 7 of 10, so yeah, 3 rounds left after this one, and it's as Adam touched on before, it's hotting up pretty nicely. It's a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. See, Ben's leading the championship at the moment for the drivers, but there's hardly any points in it, is there, Adam?
No, you've got Ben on 110 points, and Legion is just behind on 104, and Danny, having missed the first round, has been catching up, being nice and consistent, and he's already on 100, so there's 10 points separating the top 3 as we go into round 7. So it is close. Clayjax is just behind them on 86, so obviously there's a bit of a gap to try and close. But yeah, it's really, really tight at the top, but they can't afford any mistakes at this late part of the championship.
No, and that's just as you mentioned there. After missing 3 rounds, he's only 14 points off 3rd place, which, to be honest, he had an absolute. Well, he ticked all the boxes last week. As Adam touched on before, clean sweep aboard, pole, fastest lap, and the win. He got the win in both races. So, yeah, he came out all guns blazing, and that certainly did his campaign a world of good. So, let's see if he's coming out tonight and see if he can replicate that feat. It's going to be a bit of a tall order tonight, but. I'm not.
Well, to be fair, when you announced last week what the this week's circuit was going to be.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
He did seem quite excited by the prospect of that. But
Yes,
he
he
may
did.
live to regret that if you've got your weather stick out, because you can have weather at this circuit. So I don't know whether you've decided to put rain in tonight or not. But if you have, he might learn to live to regret that enthusiasm for the circuit, which is a real circuit, by the way, just so you're aware.
It is a real circuit.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if there's weather available, you know that the Codger is going to make use of it. So,
I'm sure they'll be glad to hear.
well, stupidly, Adam. Do you know what they actually said? I've heard in the Discord. I got requested.
Oh, never run that red flag to this ball. You know it's going to go wrong. Do these drivers not know you by now?
They asked, can you believe, incredibly, they asked for prolonged weather.
Okay.
Well, I'm happy if
Well,
if they put the order into the kitchen. If they put the order into the kitchen, I'll cook it. Yeah, I'll serve it up on a plate. Yeah, that's fine if that's what they want. So,
oh dear. I can see some of them wanted to send this order back.
There's nothing wrong with it, I can assure you. It's exactly
right.
what they asked for.
Yeah, did they ask for a little bit of spit on the steak as well? Because that sounds like what you're adding into this.
No. It's not quite. It's not quite full Codger mode, but
Okay.
so we'll come out of this now, and it's 1 minute. It's bang on past, as Captain used to say. So we'll get into the lobby, and there's going to be a couple of lobby changes of lobby settings tonight. So just bear with us, ladies and gentlemen. You will see why. They'll be getting the normal practice in the sprint lobby. Then I will be changing the lobby for. Well, I don't normally do this, but it all will be. Well, I was going to say all will become clear for us, but maybe not for them.
This sounds like it's going to be a headache of a race to commentate on, but never mind.
No.
Entertaining. It should be entertaining for everybody watching.
Correct. Yeah. So let's get this. Let's load the settings. So they're going to get the sprint lobby open for practice. Right. Okay. So you got 10 minutes practice in this lobby. Then I will be changing the lobby settings to another lobby for you to do your qualifying. So, as you know, there is no tyre wear, and it's a wet race this evening in the feature, so free tyre choice. You can use whatever tyres you like. There's no mandatory hard or medium tyre. So, just bear that in mind. So, without any further jabbering, let's get this room open, Adam. Let's get the first sprint race of the evening. Well, there's only one, isn't there? But we'll get the sprint race lobby open for this evening, and see how many come in now after I've put these warnings out. I bet they're all.
Now they've seen the weather forecast, they might all be hiding in the garage.
Well, this is all right. I mean, this is fine.
Lulling them into a full sense of security, are you? That's filling up nicely.
It
Got
is.
Clay Jack's in.
Yep.
Marty's back as well. He missed the last round.
It's good to see Marty back. For a wet race, ironically.
Oh yeah, I wonder why that would be. Why would the Scottish driver come back for a wet race?
Exactly, yeah. Well, he's always said, "Oh, the wetter the better," and he's like, "Yeah." Well, I'm expecting a few more. We should have 12 tonight, I think, I think we should have 12. We've got 9 at the moment.
Well, Clay Jacks is obviously one to watch because he's going to be absolutely on it. But Marty coming back, we know he's good in wet races. Matthias as well, we know he's good in wet races. He's done some fantastic work in some of the feature races when they've been wet.
That's right.
And who else? Haydo has had some good results. So there's a few people out there who are capable of winning in the damp conditions that are obviously coming in later on. But we're on the sprint circuit here at the moment, the shorter version. This is one of the tough corners because you've got to brake downhill, the corner does fall away from you, and you've got to try and get the car turned in quite nicely. So Clayjack's just starting out on his first flying lap then. We're obviously not in qualifying just yet, but they'll be getting their practice in, making sure they've got all their reference points sorted.
Well, Clayjack was actually saying in the chat in Discord, the final, and I've not raced this, well, if I have, I can't remember. He's saying the last corner's going to take some getting used to. Can you shed any more light on that, Adam?
Yeah, I mean, it's most people when they race this circuit will go on the long circuit, which obviously doesn't turn right at the end there. It turns left and goes in a different direction for the longer layout. But just as we're going to be approaching it in a second, so he's got this long left-hand bend, which you've got to get right, and then we go into what will be the final corner for the sprint, and you'll see that if we go on board, oh perfect, look at that, as if you knew what I was going to say. So you've got to pick out your reference points, brake in a straight line, but as you turn in you can't see the apex, it drops away from you, and you've really got to be patient on the throttle. It's so easy to run wide, and then you're flat through that kink. So yeah, I think it's mainly because people are used to coming down there and being on the right hand side of the circuit. Then on this layout you're coming down here on the left hand side of the circuit, so it just kind of disorientates you for a while if you're used to one layout. It just takes a bit of getting used to, but somebody of Clayjack's calibre, he's not going to worry about it too much. It won't take him long.
No. Well, we'll keep an eye on the timer, so they're on 3 minutes now. So they've got 10 minutes 10 minutes practice, 10 minutes qualifying, and then it's a 15-minute sprint race. So all I will say is pay attention to the lobby settings when I change the lobby. So we've got 9 in. Oh, you're not in it. Yeah, I can't see if we've got any more. 10. That's looking. Yeah, we should have 12 tonight, Adam. We've got a couple of missing drivers due to personal circumstances and whatnot, which is completely fine. There's no problem. Rain in spring, says Clayjacks. Carl, cheeky beggar, snoring, he says. I don't know what that's in response to. Yeah, Autopolis is a real circuit, which I didn't know, which I didn't actually know until recently, says Carl. That's Butler. So Butler's snoring. Maybe someone needs to wake him up in the pits then.
He'll soon wake up when the rain hits.
Clayjacks is asking, a bit of a smiley face, saying rain in spring, he says. So it'll sprint. They're all guessing. They're all guessing, and then Carl's come in with shh. So, so I think they're all keeping their fingers crossed here as we see Marty make a welcome return in John Cleland's Vectra.
Well, Marty will be used to this layout because I've raced him on this layout on over at CC Sim in the minis, and he's a tough guy to beat at the best of times. But I always quite like this layout. I've not done too much of the long circuit, but this layout did quite a bit over at CC. It's just one of those circuits that I find quite flows nicely. I
was just going to say, yeah. Is it easy to get the sort of find your rhythm sort of circuit?
I found it was. Had a bit of success here, won a couple of races. So but I'm not a high caliber driver by any stretch of the imagination. But it did seem to suit my driving style a little bit. Through that middle sector, it's a right, then a left, then a right, and it just you've got to be so careful on the power. So yeah, I can see Marty doing well. Butler, who you just changed over to, is another driver who's capable of doing a good performance around here as well. Again, another CC Sim driver that I've raced against in minis, again round this circuit. So yeah, it's there's a couple of drivers that are more than capable of putting in strong performances around this layout, that's for sure.
Yeah, I've seen. Well, Clayjacks was true to his word in the chat, and I've got I've got a channel up in the Discord that I've added quite recently. I think it was from round 5 onwards, for lap times. Just because we've got a great split through the grid. We've got a group of what I'd class as say aliens, or they just seem to be quick no matter what car you put them in, what track, what combination. You've got drivers that they're all quick, but then they're not. They may be a second or two apart, or a second and a half across a lap, or a second, and it's a good opportunity for them to put the lap times in to give people an idea of what they need to aim for, and it seems to be working really well. And Butler's saying he thinks there's a 12.1 in him somewhere, or there's a 12. So he's certainly matching that, because it was 13.2, and then of course we had the update, didn't we, Adam, on the Thursday?
Yeah, the update changed the power and weight of the car, I think it was, wasn't it? So it's not done anything to the handling, but obviously it affects the power. So it depends at what point they started. That was obviously for the last round, but it depends at what point that came in for them. Because I'm going to use Marty as an example. He didn't race last time out, so this will be his first time running the car with a little bit more power. Whether he'll notice it or not remains to be seen, but it could affect how you drive the car through the corner, so something to consider.
That's right, and we're looking at Matthias here in the Independents in Rob Gravitt's Honda Accord from back in the day. He's put in some real outstanding performances. He's had the Driver of the Day award twice, I believe, Adam.
Yeah, I think it is.
It's twice, isn't it?
I commented before that he's really in the wrong livery. He should be in the Matt Neal Primera with the performances that he's put in. Because Matt Neal always used to mix it with the Works boys, and Matthias has been doing that, especially in the wet races. He's been very good in the wet races. He's missed a couple of rounds. He's currently second in the Independents. He's on 36 with Tyler leading the way on 40, so he's not far away, but it's obviously a different point scoring system in the Independents. But he's definitely going to be one to watch in the feature race.
And typically disappears as I do it, and this is the guy that Adam was on about. This is Tyler Mann from the SHP community, motorsports community over in the States. He's got his compatriot with him. I say compatriot, it's from Rooster from Canada. Who's standing in for Swifty tonight, who's on holiday as I mentioned earlier. So, and there we see them both in the screen there. So yeah, I've got a feeling these will be some fireworks between these two. So we're approaching 9 minutes of practice now, so they've got a minute left, and then I'll be changing the lobby settings for qualifying. So I think they've got a feel of this track now. So Clayjacks is still topping the tables at the moment with a 1:12.3. So let's just see where Butler is. See, look, there's only 0.2 between the two of them at the moment. So they've got a measure of this track, haven't they?
Yeah, it's a relatively short circuit, so the lap times will be a bit closer, of course. But one person we do need to mention.
Excuse me.
Jumped up into fourth there is Hado. He was racing last week with a broken wheel. His
that's right.
His clamp on his wheel was broken, and I think I saw somewhere he posted up a picture of it, and it was really hanging on by a thread towards the end of the event, and he put in a fantastic performance.
He did
with a broken wheel. So we believe that it's all fixed and he's all up and running again now. So again, another one to watch. We've seen what he did at Spa.
Yeah, he's also very good. Yeah, he's
very good at strategy.
Yeah, took the words right out of my mouth there. Very good on strategies. He doesn't give himself enough credit, to be honest. Right, well that's 10 minutes practice. Right, so just put on here.
So while Jimmy's typing that out, we've touched on the Drivers' Championship overall, and we've touched on the Independents' Championship. So the Manufacturers' Championship is quite interesting because despite it being a Honda that's leading the Drivers' standings in the hands of Ben, Honda is actually second in the manufacturer's standings. So Renault are on 91, Honda is on 89, Audi on 85, with Nissan on 83. So that is quite close in the manufacturer's standings. That's just the top four. So that can change depending on how good people are, how well they do throughout the races, whether they're in an independent or a manufacturer. Whichever the highest placed car is of that particular brand is the one that scores the points. But yeah, it's going to be fantastic to see whether we can have, for the first time, a different driver winning the championship and a different manufacturer winning the championship. Because as it stands at the moment, we've had the driver who's won the drivers' championship has also been running the winning manufacturer. So it'd be
That's
great
right.
to have that being different.
Right. So let's get this qualifying underway. So just put under here. So I hope they've paid attention to the lobby settings. So let's get this qualifying underway. Everybody's in the cars. So here we go, Adam.
Wondering what Michael Fisher's got in store for us tonight then.
Do you want to see?
No.
Right. Okay.
I'm just going to sit here.
Michael Fisher's done the weather forecast. Apparently,
yeah, that's what I mean.
He said, yeah, like he said, it's all okay.
Oh, okay. That's something to trust then. Is it Jimmy Fisher or is it Michael Codger? Which way round is it?
Could be a combination.
Well,
I'm his long lost brother.
That's a worrying thought. Clayjax is the first one out. He wants to get out there while the sun is shining, quite obviously, just to make sure. So he's wasted absolutely no time. He's going to make sure that he's got a clear track in front of him in the best conditions possible. Everybody's jumping straight out.
I don't know what you're hinting at, Adam.
It's only what you've been hinting at. I'm expecting it all to go south, but it's going to certainly spice the racing up tonight. That's for sure, because it's a tricky circuit. Even in the drive, you get slightly offline. So if it does start raining at any point, that's really something where you've got to be careful. So,
but they're all as it's a wet themed race night tonight. So I said before, all tyres are available. So as long as they've paid attention to, it does look a bit misty there, doesn't it? Wow.
Legion's still in the pits, so that's an interesting strategy. That is Clay Jackson. He's just starting his first lap. This is an easy corner to outbrake yourself and run wide. He just about got it done there. So we're on board now. So here's into the middle section of the circuit. Watch for your braking point. The service road on the left just passed. Brake, get the car turned in, keep it over to the right to open up your entry into the left. So almost a double apex corner here. As you can see, Clayjack's kept the lock on. Keep it over to the left with his hairpin. Slower than you think. You've got to be careful on the power. It's very slippy on the exit if you're not careful. Keep the car over to the right hand side and a long sweeping left hand bend. You want to get the apex as late as you can. Careful on the throttle, full throttle. Now he's really early on the power was Clayjax, and now into the final corner, the one that he was dreading. This is on the short circuit. Watch for your braking point, brake at the curb, get the car slowed down, turned in, road drops away, gets a really late apex, early on the power, straight line it as much as you possibly can, across the line, and his first opening lap straight into the 12s, 12.9. That's not as fast as he did in practice just now, but it's still in the 12s. That's exactly where Butler said all the qualifying was going to be. So what do you expect from Clayjax, really? Brilliant.
Nothing less than what thank you very much for that, Adam. A great running commentary there from a lap from the man who's out to, well, they're all out to score their maximum points, but he's on a real mission. He's worked it out that it's still, even though it's a tall order, it is mathematically possible for him to win it, even missing 3 rounds. That shows dedication. So
well, Danny C's just jumped straight to the top on his first out lap as well. So Danny C's really in contention here. We've not spoken about him yet. He's the defending champion, and even though he missed the first round, he is obviously still in contention with the championship, 10 points off the lead, and he's picked up a couple of wins. He's had 3 wins. But he's just plodded around and just picked up the points, been consistent, been on the podium several times, and that's exactly what you need to do to win a championship. He knows how to win a championship, does Danny. He's done it twice already for Codger's Btcc.
Yeah, he knows what's needed, and
he knows
he's
exactly what's needed. Well, Clayjax has improved, but he still hasn't beaten Danny's opening gambit here, so Danny's definitely one to watch early doors.
Hang on a minute, the headlights have come on.
And gone off again. just as you say that, you're teasing them, aren't you? You're standing on top of the commentary box throwing a bottle of water at them just to make them worried.
It's more than a bottle.
Oh, okay. He's got the sprinkler system.
Oh look. No, but like we touched on earlier, Matthias, he seems to have really taken to. I was going to say like a duck to water, bum. But he seems to really, mixing it up with the fast guys, and we've got 12 watching. That's fantastic. Oh wait a minute, Ekberg. That's who we were missing. Oh, right, okay. Well, so we're going to have to set the grid anyway, so it's alright, it's fine. He's missed qualifying, so we'll have to put him at the back. That's fine. So, yeah, just remind me, I'll be changing the lobby again after this, back to the sprint race, yeah?
Yep, that's fine.
So, we need to take a picture of this to do the same as we do in the feature.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
So, at the moment, Danny C has done a 1:12.6, which is... Oh my word, what's going on here?
It's misting over slightly, isn't it? Well, it's still dry at the moment. It's not raining yet. There's no wipers on, but it is getting a little bit on the dark side. Oh dear. Yeah, it's not very... God, you wouldn't want to go out in that without a coat, would you? That's looking particularly evil. But
definitely an umbrella in the boot, isn't it?
It's definitely clouding over. Well, this is what it's like on these Asian circuits, isn't it? It doesn't do things by halves. If it's going to rain, it does rain, and they do have monsoons over there. So perhaps we might see the wet weather tyres, which is something that Formula One don't do anymore as it stands. So let's see if we can get the wet tyres going on the touring cars then. So Tyler, it's not too bad on times, is he? 1.8 off of the lead.
Nope, that's right.
That's quite a good time in the 14s round here. That's not doing too badly.
Let's just see what Legion has popped his head out of the pits now. Maybe he's getting a late cup of tea.
He's getting a little bit of a tow down into this last corner, which hopefully he won't get held up too much as Swifty runs a little bit... Well, it's not Swifty tonight, is it? It's Captain.
Captain, yeah, running a little bit wide. Yeah.
My apologies. I was getting so used to who's in what car, and then somebody else turns up.
Yeah.
It's like Superman with his glasses on, isn't it? Suddenly you don't recognise him.
I can't even see the livery now. What's
no? Well, you don't need to see that livery anyway. It's fine.
It'll work. It'll work. One of the 10 rounds. I'm doing my best every round, but he's not. It's a long running.
I'm wise to it now.
You are wise to it. Oh, as we see a little bit of, maybe there's a little bit of moisture on track there with getting the back end out, but
Ekberg's just left the room for some reason. So
can you go on Discord and message him directly and say stay in the room, and I'll add him to the back of the grid?
Yes, if I can find him. I'm just gonna just go on mute while I'm doing that.
Yep, cool. So Danny C is still topping the timing tables with a 1:12.570. He's improved by a tenth, but the gap between himself and Clayjax is just under a tenth. So LFC Ben is also 0.2 off Danny. So he's just picked himself up a half a second penalty, which is not going to help. So all to play for. We've got just under 2 minutes plus the run over. So we've got maybe 3 laps left. We've got a flash of lights from Legion there, giving someone the hurry up, and that's Captain. So maybe Legion's on a proper flying lap now. We'll stay with Legion at the moment and just see where he's up to with his timings. As he can, we'll take a run on board with Legion.
I've messaged Ekberg. So
yeah, he's back in the room. This hasn't actually worked out how I planned.
Oh no, I'm sure they're devastated. Well, Well, it made it entertaining for a couple of minutes because I wasn't sure whether it was going to rain or not. It looked like it was going
Well,
to.
the way I try and constructed it was that they had to get the fast laps in the first 5 minutes.
Well, they kind of have. There hasn't been much in the way of lap time improvements, but look how close it is between Legion and Butler.
All I'll say is there won't be a reprieve.
Fair enough. Danny's still at the top of the
He
standings,
is,
though,
and there's
isn't
only
he, with a minute to go.
Yeah, there's still only a tenth between himself and Clayjacks. LFC Ben's a further 2 tenths back, with Marty. Nothing between Marty and LFC Ben and Legion. They're all very close, so let's just go down the grid and see where it approaches a second. Look at that. Top 8, all pretty much the top 8, all within a second. Haydo's there in 7th place. So Haydo's having a good running at the moment. Let's see. Oof. There's no actual moisture showing. But
psychological, isn't it? You see it clouding over, and the lights come on, and you think, oh, it must be a bit slippery. But
that's Butler improved up to 5th place.
It can't be that slippery if Butler's improved a lap time.
That's right. That's put him up into 5th place, just ahead of Legion in 6th, and just behind Martin, who's in 4th place. So these
Marty's on his final lap now.
Oh, so guess what? We've got Marty and Butler together again.
Yeah. Siamese twins. These guys.
And Butler's looking at the back of Marty's car again. So
always the way these guys. They always seem to find themselves together on track, but they race brilliantly cleanly. They know each other really, really well. There's ultimate respect between them.
We've seen some great battles, haven't we?
Yeah, they always have a good laugh about it as well. So it'd be good to see how those guys go together in the first couple of corners of this race. But is Clayjacks going to be able to do anything about Danny? Clayjacks is now, he's on his last corner. This will be his final lap.
So I've not seen what he's up to. So he's at 1:12.570 to beat.
No,
Oof,
just
2 tenths off. No,
improve.
So
Danny is on pole unless Ben can do anything. We've seen Ben snatch a pole before now.
We have.
In the dying moments, so let's not count him out. He's not that far off, realistically, but that's everybody across the line. So Danny C is on pole. Let me just get a picture. If you go onto the thing then. Okay, yep, got it. And got that as well, and we know we're going to have to put Ekberg
at the back
in the 12th spot.
Yeah, right. So you've got that, yeah.
I have got that. Yes.
Brilliant. Okay, so right.
Right. So while Jimmy's setting that up, I will just read the final qualifying standings off just before he changes everything. So Danny took the pole position on a 1:12.570. Just behind was Clayjacks in 2nd, with Ben in 3rd, Marty in 4th, Butler was 5th, Legion was 6th, Haydo was 7th, Captain was 8th, and then Matthias, Tyler and Rooster taking out the top 11, which we obviously will then put Ekberg at the back due to the fact that he's just missed the qualifying, unfortunately. So your lead independent is starting in 9th in form of Matthias there, and your championship leader, which is Ben, is starting in 3rd. So it's going to make life very, very interesting.
It is. It's going to mix the grid up. I was hoping for a bit of a sprinkle there, but it didn't materialise. PD, you've let me down.
At your age, you always get a little bit of a sprinkle.
Yeah, you're right.
Expecting it, don't you?
Yeah, you're right. It started, ladies and gentlemen.
It never ended.
I do apologise. It can't take him anywhere. Right, so we're going to have to change the grid order. So, are you ready?
So on pole is Danny.
Yeah. Hang on, just make sure they're all in the cars first.
Yeah, I think they were because it had 13.
12, Ekberg.
Oh, wait, Ekberg needs to jump in. There he is. He's in. Yeah, he's in.
He's in, is he?
Yeah, he's in.
Right. Okay. Change grid order. Okay, so Danny C on pole.
Danny on pole. This is unusual. You're having to do it
the other way
rather than downwards.
That's right. Yeah.
Ben is 3rd.
Yeah.
Marty is 4th.
Yeah.
Butler's 5th.
It's a good result for Butler.
Legion is 6th.
Yeah.
Hado is 7th.
Yeah.
Captain is 8th.
Yeah.
Then we've got Matthias in 9th.
Yeah.
Tyler in 10th.
Yeah.
Rooster in 11th, and then Ekberg will be on the back of the grid.
Right, so just I'll quickly run through that. So that so that's Danny C, Clay Jacks, LFC Ben, Marty, Butler, Legion, Hado, Captain, Matthias, Tyler, Rooster, and Ekberg.
Correct.
Cool. Apply. That is the grid. Right.
Right, let's get it underway.
Right. Rhubarb and custard power. That's,
well, I don't know. Powder would have been quite fitting, actually.
Powder would have been quite good, wouldn't it? Yeah. But that's in reference to Captain in Patrick Watch's Purple and Yellow Master from number 66. So yeah. As soon as I mentioned he was, I can't read out his reply, but as soon as I mentioned he was in that, he was very enthusiastic, shall we say? So come on then, Adam. Give us a countdown for the sprint.
Right. Okay. Well, here we go. First race of this evening. It's round 7 of Codger's Btcc. It's a sprint race. Let's get this underway. As Marty says, it's a fruit salad.
Right.
Is he referencing the car or the driver?
Well, yeah. I'll leave that one up in the air for. Yeah. But right. So in 3, 2, 1. Let's get this race. Right, here we go, Adam. Short track. Get in there, Danny. Says Danny C. As in the YouTube chat. He's got his fan club with him. Track.
Well, he's got
a lot colder, says Clay Jacks.
He's got quite a following now as Danny, because he's got 300 followers on his.
That's right. Well
on his
said.
YouTube channel.
Yeah. Congratulations to Danny C. And just touching on that, I will get back to that in a second as we watch the lights come on now. We've got 3, 4, 5 red lights. Wait for the pause. Wait to go out. No false starters, so they're all off. Clay Jacks immediately getting a launch of a start straight in front of LFC Ben, making his intentions clear there. He's even going for a move straight down the inside of Danny C into turn 1. What a move. We know what Clay Jacks is up to. We know what his intentions are. So before this gets frenetic here, I just want to give a big shout out to Danny C, reaching 300 YouTube subscribers. He puts all the effort in. He streams these live from his perspective, and his channel is at the top of the chat in my channel. So if you want to go over there and see it from his perspective, as we see Marty get it all sorts of loose there.
You won't be seeing that in his perspective.
No, you won't be seeing. That was very well held. That was qualifying of a drift, as we see it come through this corner here.
He just ran a little bit too wide, put the power down a bit early, got on the curb and absolutely sideways. Butler must be laughing as well, because he's now gained a position, and Marty's actually lost momentum, and he's already dropped behind Legion and Hado as well, who's got the run on him. So costly mistake, but Clay Jacks going defensive up at the front, as Danny, who started on pole, has already dropped down into second, unfortunately. Looking down the inside, not quite. Danny ran a little bit wide into that first corner up in front, so he's lost a little bit of momentum. He's got LFC Ben all over the back of him now, possibly alongside him. I can't see him in the mirrors, not quite. We're looking, but look out for Butler, because Butler's in a good position here. He can position himself on the correct side and get round Ben down the inside. Is he going to do it? No, Ben's got that covered.
But Legion is hounding Ben.
Yeah, all of these guys have closed up quite close now, haven't they? But it's just helping Clay Jacks disappear up the road. Already a second up the road.
Yeah. Well, the more these battle, the more it actually slows them down, as Adam was touching on there, and it's given Clay Jacks the impetus to just drop the cogs and drop the hammer and go. As it's hammer time for Clay Jacks, it would appear. at the moment, but Danny will not be having any of that. He knows what Clayjax is up to. They're all on an even keel in terms of speed. But
all started at the beginning of that second lap. Danny went into that first corner, looked like he went a little bit deep, and he had to back up a little bit, and that's kind of concertinaed the field behind him. But LFC Ben's got a half-second penalty from somewhere. I didn't see where he picked that up.
I think that was a corner cut. But Butler will be rubbing his hands here, and Butler's got Legion for company right on his tail here, so Butler's got to be careful. So if Butler goes for this move on Danny, then you bet your bottom dollar that Legion's going to be following him through. I'll just come quickly out of this view here.
Well, Legion and Butler will both see that Ben's got a penalty. The penalty line is coming up just around this corner on the approach to the final turn, so it's not as bad a penalty line as it is on other circuits, where it should really be on the start-finish straight, because you'd lose a hell of a lot more. But so he's going to slow down now. Oh, Legion obviously had a penalty as well, because he slowed down, and that's put Marty up into 5th place, or has it? No, he's tried around the outside, and Marty's run wide, so he got on the marbles there. I don't think there was any contact.
So Butler's got himself up into 3rd place here. He's got a good run down into the first corner. So Ben's going to get the slipstream. We're going to see Ben make a move here. He's got Butler to the left. Butler knows he's there, but Butler knows he's wise. He's braked early.
Butler can hang that round the outside.
Giving them plenty of room.
Has kept the momentum going.
But they've got a right-hander coming up, so
they've got a right-hander coming up, but he's still got the momentum as Butler, and managed to see Ben off there.
I'm just going to take a quick trip down to the back of the grid. Oh no, that's not the back of the grid. That's the back of the grid. So we see Ekberg has started in 12th place and made up a place on Rooster. So Ekberg here in the manufacturer's Ford, doing a good drift impression there, Ekberg. So he's hunting down Tyler. He's only just under a second up the road. So yeah, not characteristic position for Ekberg down in 12th place, but he'll be giving it everything. But having said that, Legion, after his penalty, is in 9th position, fighting, and you've got Marty having a right battle with Matthias here. So there's an independent, and
I'm wondering whether Legion actually backed off, because as he was re-going after his penalty on the previous lap, he was a bit close to Marty. Marty ran wide, so I'm wondering whether there was a bit of contact. Legion's realised that and backed off, and as a result has lost quite a bit of momentum there. But Matthias diving down the inside of Marty. At least they're both yellow and white, because that got quite close, didn't it?
Yeah.
As we see the Rainbow Warrior coming around the outside now with the momentum.
That's right.
Here he comes.
Puts his headlights on for you.
He knows I'm watching him, and he knows I don't approve of this livery, but you know.
He's bit. He's caved in. He's caved in finally.
I've got to at some point during this season, haven't I? But so it's Clayjax hasn't pulled away quite as much as I thought he was going to.
Let's just have a look at. No, so the gap has stayed the same.
Yeah, stabilised. Danny lost a lot of that time in that second lap, but he's managed to break away from Ben and Butler, who were Ben and Butler. That sounds like an ice cream, doesn't it? See how close those two are. Yeah. Well, they're not that close. That's kind of opened up a little bit, but yeah, Danny's going to be trying his best to hunt down Clayjax. It's still good points for Danny. He's ahead of the championship leaders.
That's right. But how close is Ben to Danny? So 1.2, but he's got Butler's right in Ben's slipstream, so Ben's might be a bit vulnerable down the straight here. So he's not close enough at the moment, but
Ben's got the fastest lap as well, which is
well spotted.
A key point. So he's obviously trying to hunt Danny down. He knows he's in the lead of the championship, is Ben. And he knows his biggest championship rival at the moment is Legion, all the way down in 8th. So good point swing here for Ben.
That's right. He can extend his lead at the top, but Clayjax will be having something to do with that. Now, if he takes the win here, that'll certainly mix the table up. He's only 14 points off Danny C. So he was on 100, and Clayjax is on 86. So a repeat performance of last week will certainly turn the table on its head. So while we're staying with it, just going to go down to a quick battle here for Marty, who's mixed up with Captain in Patrick Watts's Mazda. So we've got Legion side by side with Marty here. So these two have raced together plenty of times, so there's a great respect shown between the two of them. As see Legion getting the move done on the inside, but Marty is having another look down the inside and hoping to get the switch back as Legion runs a little bit wide. He's done it. He's pulled that move off. He's also got the slipstream now of Captain just ahead in the Mazda.
Marty saw that move come in. He let
did.
Legion dive down the inside. He knew exactly what was going to happen. He just braked a fraction earlier, backed off, and then just got down the inside of Legion, held him off.
Carbon copy of the move that Butler pulled on Glowing last week.
Yeah, exactly.
Catalonia,
exactly
where
yeah.
outbraked himself at the main T1. Butler saw it coming, braked a little bit early, went down the inside and got the move back.
Watch Marty here, because he's got the run on Captain. You know, is Captain going to make him go the long way round? He is. Watch out for Legion, because Legion could sneak down the inside and block Marty out. Can't see him. No, Marty's got the curb, so Legion's right in behind, but Legion's now going to get the slipstream off of both of these two, so he's in the pound seat at the moment, is Legion.
But Marty's got the slipstream off Haydo ahead in the BMW, so
Captain's a bit vulnerable here.
He is. But
There's
can he hold it? Well, he's...
Round the outside goes Marty. Has he got the momentum?
What
yes, he has.
Move.
Fantastic stuff. Can he keep the momentum? But watch out for Legion, who's down the inside,
three
abreast. Ooh, watch out, boys.
Well, I'll tell you what, brilliant race. I'm just going to see if we can get a replay of that move.
Well, the rhubarb and custard was in the sandwich there, wasn't it? He was right in the middle between the two seasoned professionals.
That's right. Look at this for a move. Round the outside, not a bit of contact. Great respect shown.
I thought he had the momentum, but he just didn't. And then watch out for Legion down the inside there.
Look at this.
3 abreast.
Absolute.
Captain had to back out. Somehow Marty did actually hold on to that.
He did. He
Legion,
managed it, yeah.
But where did... Oh, Legion, no, Legion did manage to get through. So Legion managed to hold it round the outside and get down the inside into the hairpin. So Legion did make up 2 positions in that move, and that's dropped Captain down.
But meanwhile, we have this man, Haydo, with his new wheel, or his new clamp, running a fantastic fifth place at the moment, with a pretty comfortable gap, I must say, to Legion behind in 6th place. But he's got a bit of catching up to do. Butler's got 4th place ahead with a 5.5 second gap. I'm just going to check the gap at the top now between the man on a mission, aka Clayjacks, who's now doubled his lead between himself and Danny C to 2 seconds, which Danny won't be too happy about. So I'm assuming Danny has had some sort of incident there, because that's not, you're not going to pull out a second, because they're very equal on pace now, unless we miss Danny having a bit of a penalty. But LFC Ben has closed right up on Danny C, as we see LFC Ben flashing the lights here at Danny, letting Danny know that he's he's coming for him. So he's well in the slipstream.
Danny's now got something to think about from Ben behind now, hasn't he? His attention has been taken away.
He's
from
now got to
hunting down
defend as
Clayjacks,
opposed to attack.
and with Ben flashing his lights as well to do everything to try and distract Danny.
Look at this.
Seen Danny doing everything he can to try and distract Danny.
He doesn't know which way he's going to go.
But we've seen Danny make a mistake into this corner before, but we've...
As he has. That's given Ben... He's opened the door for Ben. That's
exactly what Ben was trying to do.
He's managed to put Danny off. So, yeah, Danny will be thumping the steering wheel. I'm just wondering if we can get a replay of that from the...
Well, if Danny's clever, he'll now do exactly the same thing. Just over that curb a little bit, just got caught on that curb, pulled it onto the grass, and that was enough. But so if Danny's clever now, he'll do the same thing to Ben.
He's trying to put Ben under pressure, but with 3 minutes remaining on this race, so you've probably got another just on 2 to stroke 3 laps for the guys at the front. But meanwhile, Matthias, who we're concentrating on for the independents, is really hassling Captain here. So Matthias is second in the independents at the moment, only 4 points off Tyler. So this could all, if Tyler finishes in a decent position here, this could quite easily change the independent tables round. But Captain's no slouch, so he's doing really well to... Well, Captain's doing well to hold Matthias off of. We know who's quick. But Captain has really improved. He was in Season 3, and he's come on leaps and bounds. He was quick before, but we've touched on it earlier on in the season. He's really improved.
Well, that man Tyler that we were just mentioning, who's leading the independents, he's just got past Ekberg, or has he? Because Ekberg's now got back down the inside of him. They were side by side down the pit straight, I was seeing in the background. Ekberg on the inside here. Has he got the momentum to
they're
get
having a great tussle here.
Properly side by side. You could still run side by side. Now, if Ekberg can stay there, he's going to have the inside for the hairpin. He just can't do it. Tyler's blocked the inside. Park it on the apex. What can Ekberg do? Can he get the run? Very early on the power and nearly lost it. Well saved, Ekberg. Flying the flag for Sweden quite literally there by flapping around in the background. And that's given Tyler a little bit of respite. Let's just see here. He tried to get the cut back and just put the power on a bit too early. Completely sideways, held onto it. Great driving there by Ekberg.
Oh, that's going to be a penalty for Ekberg. That was a bit of grass cutting. I'd be proud of that in the farm, Adam.
Yeah. Yeah, perhaps he can come and join you on the farm now.
He's an expert grass cutter, but it looks like he's got away with it from this. He should have got a penalty for... But he's not gained that much time, so these 1 minute left on this race now, so let's go back up to the top. So Danny C, LFC Ben is 1.3.
Closed in, but Danny has closed in back on LFC Ben, so they're fighting again. Back.
There's only 3/10 between it. Let's go on board with
much.
Danny and see what he can see now. This is a
Danny's
classic touring car view.
But LFC Ben, interestingly, has still got the fastest lap, and they've really started to close up on Clayjacks up in front a bit, haven't they? I don't know whether they're going to get there. They've only got one more lap to go.
I mean, Danny will be happy with a third, but he'll happy to see Ben not taking the win to extend his lead even further, to make it a bit easier for Danny to catch him. But it's Danny.
But Ben has still got that fastest lap, hasn't he? He's not close enough this time. Brakes
that was
heavily,
close. This is going to be their last lap, so this is now... Yeah, there's not many corners left to... Let's see, this could... The gap's really closed up now, unless... Well, there's no issue with fuel or tyres, but Danny's really... He won't give up until he crosses the line. So let's just stay on board with this battle here, because this is the closest battle at the moment.
Well, unless LFC Ben makes a mistake, which is a bit of a twitch there, but he managed to hold on to it. So going into the final turn is really going to be Danny's last hope. Can he do anything about Ben if he can get a good run out of here, get the toe? Don't know. He's got
a good run.
No, I don't think he's close enough. It's too far back. Unless Ben makes a mistake, he's gone in a bit deep as Ben. Can Danny get the run out? No, he can't. So that's Clayjacks is going to win. Ben has managed to hold on to second, and Danny gets third.
You see Clayjacks coming over the line, followed by Ben and Danny C. That's your first, second, and third. So that's a tick next to pole and win for Clayjacks. Not quite the clean sweep. Trigger didn't give him his broom this week. so Ben's took the fastest lap. So I'm not sure whether that affects Clayjacks' plans, because I think he needs all the points to do it, doesn't he?
I can't be sure. I haven't actually looked that far back, but
I think he had a few in.
I think he's got a few in the bank, hasn't he? He's probably about
right.
6 points or something like that. But a win there is not going to hurt his championship chances at all, is it?
No, not at all. So let's quickly let's just save the replay. We'll go on to the results screen. We need to take a picture of this, obviously.
I'm on it.
Yep.
Got that one.
So, well, Clayjacks bringing it home in first position for Team Renault. So, dominant performance from Clayjacks, representing Jason Plato's Renault Laguna. And we got second place with LFC Ben, the current championship leader at the moment. In second place, who also takes the fastest lap, as Adam pointed out there, so that's an extra point. That's a valuable point for Ben. With Danny C taking the last podium spot in third place for Team Audi. But it's a great result for Danny, some very valuable points. And Butler, what a result for Butler there. That's 4th place, some good points for him, for Volvo as well. Legion, despite having a bit of a nightmare in the early stages of that race and dropping back a fair bit, he's managed to finish in 5th place. There's some good points for Nissan. And Marty for Team Vauxhall in John Clellan's Vectra, bringing it home in 6th place. Matthias, again, just behind the top guys there with the fastest. Well, they're all quick, as I said before. In 7th place in Rob Gravitt's Honda. Captain rounding out the top 8 for Patrick Watts in the Rhubarb and Custard. We've got Hado, who was at one point in 5th position, so he must have had a bit of an incident, who's brought it home in 9th place for BMW. Tyler takes the last scoring point in 10th place in Matt Neal's Nissan Primera. Ekberg managed to make up a place from the back of the grid for Team Ford, finishing in 11th, and we got Rooster running up the grid in 12th place for Team Peugeot in the independents. So you've got
the interesting thing about all those results, Clayjax won it, but he wasn't by any stretch of the imagination the fastest driver. If you look at the lap times, he was probably 4th fastest in that.
That's right. Yeah.
By doing so it was the consistency really from Clayjax that won in that race.
Yeah.
So he knows exactly what he needs to do. Legion managed to recover quite a bit, as you said, after being a little bit further down. So he won't have lost too much in the championship fight there, but he will be under a bit of pressure now from Danny. And Matthias winning the independents with Tyler in 2nd in the independents. So yeah, that's a good result from those guys.
I've just let them know in the chat they got off lightly with quali. Not making that same mistake twice. Right. So you got those results. So now
I've got those results.
Yep. So
did you save the replay? I think you did.
I
think you did. I think you did it before you started it.
I'll just double check. Save replay. Yeah. Right, changing lobby settings. Right, so excuse me. Hang on.
So yeah, this is where we go into the feature race now. We're going to
it's the practice. This is the practice lobby for the feature because I don't want them to see the whole. That's why I've done it. So here we go. Feature practice. Load. This is to give him a taster, Adam.
Okay.
That guy's in the pit lane. I've just seen him. Still selling.
Walking around with the. Oh right, I thought you were going to say that marshal that always used to walk around with a board handing up saying "wet race."
No, there won't be any doubt. But apparently, he's selling umbrellas 2 for 1. Apparently.
What's that? 1 for each foot.
This is their practice, so just keep an eye on the time, Adam. Okay. 10 minutes practice.
So it's already damp by the look of it. So yeah, they're already diving out. Some are on inters, some are on wets. So, and obviously this will be them not just practicing for where the grip is, but practicing the layout of the circuit just to get an idea on their reference points, where the circuit goes, where they can brake in these conditions. So Ekberg did a great job in that last race, had a good fight, finished in...
Yeah, you see, that highlights he finished in 11th place starting in 12th, but I do race the odd time now, but the way I look at this now, there's no way I'm quick enough with these guys to, as long as I've had a decent battle, the finishing position, I'm not quick enough to win the race. But I mean, as long as I have a decent race, decent battle or race, I'm happy with that. And I'm sure Tyler and Ekberg were more than happy with. They were side by side racing, weren't they, Adam? Through numerous corners.
Ekberg's one of those drivers who he will continue. He will finish the race, and he just loves driving around, and he loves racing. It doesn't matter where he is. He has some good results on occasion, and he's one of those drivers who's more capable than we've seen. But obviously, with the level and quality of the drivers that we've got racing in here, he's up against it anyway, as he decides to find out where the grip is, and it's not over there.
Swedish rally style, but he's used to that.
So yeah, Ben, we've seen him be quick in mixed conditions, but he hasn't quite got the strategy as he drifts around. We saw him drifting quite well in the damp at Spa, didn't we? So we know he's got the car control.
How he held on to that. This section here,
no idea.
I've driven this and I tried it. I'm like a milk float through here. Honest, I don't know. I think they must have had a drink halfway through designing this track. I mean, it's a right-hander up a hill, blind left-hander, into another left-hander, then a right and a left onto the straight, and to keep the speed up through there, it takes some doing. How do you find it? Do you? I mean, in the minis it would be a problem, but
I don't think we did this one in the minis. We only did the short circuit because it was before we changed over to mini mods, so we didn't actually do the long and the short circuit. I don't think. If we did, I can't remember it. But I have driven around here in some other class cars, and it's one of those that you really need to keep the momentum through that section. And if you get ever so slightly offline, that's it. You're completely gone. And obviously the conditions aren't going to be helping to that, to try and be consistent. And if you touch the curb, it can either spin you round or just unsettle the car, and then you lose all the momentum. So yeah, you're going to be seeing some moves being made on the back end of that.
Let's have a look at the Scottish wet weather champion. AKA Marty. He seems to love these conditions, doesn't he?
He does go well in the damp conditions, and these two, this is only practice, and these two are carrying on from their sprint race action, aren't they? They seem to we're not racing yet, boys. Keep it together. These two are going to be together throughout the whole race. You can just see it happening, can't you? That's
right. And we've still got 10 watching. Tuning into this is going to be an absolute cracker. This is going to test the skills. Yeah, not quite to the limit, but I like to keep them on the edge of the seats. If they can't give it them too easy, I'm not. This is a season 4 now, so. Yeah.
Can I just point out that Ekberg's leading the way at the moment? I'm wondering
with
whether
a 2042. I wonder what tyres he's on. He is on the fresh centre of it. Okay, he must have changed his tyres. Yeah.
And now Captain's jumped to the top, so yeah, I'm wondering whether they just hadn't gone round and hadn't done their fastest laps yet, perhaps. But Captain, Tyler, Rooster.
Captain's another one to watch in these conditions. Captain seems really comfortable. Do you remember when? Oh, I can't remember. No, it wasn't Captain. It was Drew. Do you remember? Just trying to think of the track now. It was in season.
Drew at Deep Forest did a really good run, didn't he?
Drifted it through a chicane, drifted it through, and managed to keep hold of it. So these two, Captain's very good. They were having a battle. Captain was normally having a battle with Drew, and Captain, he's not fazed by the wet. So he raced in any conditions, and I must thank him again. He's a reserve this season, but this is probably the 3rd car he's been in. He's another one that, just like Ekberg, he enjoys driving, loves racing, and he knows that we don't have many rules in the community, but it's based on fair and clean, and he knows he's going to get a good race, and he just enjoys the challenge, and it's great to see him out on track. He's part of the SIR community, so good luck to those guys. But we had no response from you've got off lightly, so
as you're saying that, Ben just absolutely drifts over the same bit of grass that Ekberg visited earlier on. So, and there is Ekberg visiting Barry R on the right. So
having a little bit of a chat. The rain's getting a little bit. This is just a
pulled over to get the umbrella, didn't he?
That's right. It's supplied free in the boot, isn't it? So he's just nipping out, getting the umbrella out the boot.
Yeah, these conditions are really really starting to ramp up a little bit now. So those that are on the intermediate tyres are really starting to struggle.
This is
These are
just crossed over the line now. As Adam points out every week, I'll take the opportunity now, for those of you who are new to this or just tuning in for the first time, the indicator in between the model of the car with the 4 tyres and the countdown timer is the water gauge, which shows how much water is on the track, and the cut-off point is the line just where the white bar ends. That is where you can get away with intermediates. As we see Ekberg coming in here, he's going to change for full wets to see what they're like. When it goes blue, that signifies full wets. So up until probably a third of the bar, you still can get away with dry tyres. I certainly want to chance dry tyres in this, Adam. Not a chance.
No, not a chance. You wouldn't have any hope making it around in these conditions on slick tyres. So somebody random suddenly jumped into the lobby for some reason. Didn't see who that was. He can't race.
I'm just going to see who it is quickly.
Someone called Leroy.
Sorry if you're watching the stream. This is a league event. I'm gonna have to kick. I'm sorry. Apologies for that. No malice intended. It's just it's a league event, so I'm gonna try my names off. So we should be approaching. We've got 2 minutes left of this practice now. So I think they've got. They know what's in store.
Captain is still leading this, and he's on intermediates, so he's
what a drift!
Properly driving around. Ekberg's still hanging on, so yeah, this is interesting because Clayjax is only down in 5th at the moment, so
he's on wets. Interestingly,
I was going to say keeping his powder dry, but I don't know whether that's possible in these conditions, is it?
Clayjax has been a great advocate for. He actually said, "Oh, these cars are great in the wet." He might live to regret that.
Well, he was quite excited about this circuit.
He was, wasn't he?
You
touched on it earlier.
So yeah, he might live to regret. He still hasn't got anywhere near Ekberg's time. So I'm wondering whether that time that's set by Ekberg was before it was properly wet. So they probably haven't got any chance of beating that now anyway with these conditions. So we're approaching the 10 minutes. Just keep an eye on that.
That's right.
45 seconds to go. Don't want to give them any
until
more.
All hell breaks loose.
Oh, okay. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I'll say that, but I don't want to spoil it. But I hope they've had the carrots.
Well, there you go. There it is.
So we're approaching now. We're just coming up to 10 minutes. They'll be diving into pits now and furiously clean.
Quite literally in these conditions.
Yeah, I've got to give you a. Yeah, I've got to give you a.
That's not bad at 8:30 on a Saturday evening.
I was wondering. Wait for the puns, the innuendo started. Just wait for it. There's gonna be plenty of opportunity. Right, so that is their practice. So now I'm going to be changing the lobby settings again. Sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen, but I've had to do it like this. Right. So now they've all got the prayer books out and change event, load settings. Right. This is where you look away, Adam.
Yeah, I'm not looking.
Right, this is the feature race for round 7 here at Autopolis International Racing Course. This is an endurance race, it's 30 minutes. Custom weather, as if you hadn't already guessed. I'm not reading out the tyre, this is what they're all after. Not so much the tyre, but the fuel. This is what none of them know these values until tonight. So that he can't practice and work out a strategy. This is to make it even for those of you watching for the first time. So this everybody's in on the same. Everybody's going into it now. they know what to expect. So now they're going to be working out this now, so they're going to have to work out the strategies. So all tyres are available as it's a wet race, so they can use racing softs, racing mediums, racing hards, intermediates, and wets. So in any order, for use as many sets as they like. So without any further jabbering, let's get this room open. So you can look back now, Adam.
Okay. Do I want to look?
So we need to set the grid.
Right, okay, yep, I've got the results in front of me, ready when you are.
Just going to put... I've actually gone to the effort of putting these... I
did wonder where you got quite quick at time. Jessica Fletcher will be pleased.
Yeah. Right, so let's get this underway. So I have to do this. Change grid order. Right, so come on then.
Okay, so Clayjack's all the way down to the bottom.
Oops. All the way down. Right, go on.
Hang on, have we got everybody in?
Have we? Wait a minute. Yep.
12? Yeah, that's right. Yep, sorry, my mistake. I thought we had one missing.
Yeah, right.
Sorry,
so
right. So Clayjack's all the way down to the bottom.
Yep.
Then Ben.
Yep.
Then Danny.
Yep.
Then Butler.
Oops. Yep.
Then Legion.
Yep.
Then Marty.
Yep.
Then Matthias.
Yep.
Then Captain.
Yep.
Haydo.
Yep.
Tyler. Ekberg and Rooster on pole.
Right, so Rooster on pole, Ekberg, Tyler, Haydo, Captain, Matthias, Marty, Legion, Butler, Danny, LFC Ben, and Clayjacks.
Correct.
Apply. Right, okay, so... Oops.
Somebody's turned the lights off.
Have they?
Hmm.
Oh.
It's looking quite dark outside. We're on a backup generator here in the
comms box.
In the comms box. got the candles out on the desk. It's like we're Charles Dickens.
Oh dear! I don't know what's going on here. They must be having a problem here with the. Yeah, I don't know.
Circuit lighting's gone off.
Right. So this is the feature race. I've told people to choose the starting tyres. This is a 30-minute endurance race with tyre wear and fuel usage, with weather.
Really?
So, yeah. So check the view the event settings. Make sure you're all familiar with it. And without further jabbering from me, let's get the feature race going here at Autopolis for round 7 of Jimmy Codger's British Touring Car Championship Season 4. In 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Well, this is going to be an interesting one, as it's slightly dark out there. It's dry at the moment, as far as I can see. So should be. We're obviously on a rolling start going into the first corner, which will help keep it a little bit cleaner. Got Rooster on pole. The independent, Hamish Irvine's Peugeot. He's starting on the racing hards. That's not a bad strategy.
No,
it's not a bad strategy. We've seen it work before.
That's right.
Takes you quite a way into the feature race. The red lights are on. Getting ready for the green lights, or the lights to go off as they go away. And can you see? Are they off? Are they moving?
Spot the Mazda.
Yeah, the one with the yellow lights. The only one with the yellow lights. You can definitely spot him, can't you? It's just a blaze of light going down into the first corner. Ekberg had a look down the inside of Rooster. Didn't quite make it. They've all got through the first corner cleanly-ish, as we see Legion drifting alongside Marty as usual.
I'm just going to go on board with Clayjacks just to see what they see. It's not It's going to be a frantic battle now. This is Butler, LFC Ben, Danny C and Legion. Not Legion, sorry, and Marty up ahead. So we've got Clayjack starting on the mediums. Butler's already lost a place. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. And that's Clayjack's making a move on the LFC Ben already.
He's definitely got the better of the tyres as Butler's pushing Clayjack's down the straight and making the advantage over Ben. So that's put Ben down to last at the moment.
See the
brakes absolutely glowing.
Yeah, what a
brilliant shots. I'm looking forward to Ekberg's photography after this race. Look at that.
Yeah.
The views coming down there. Not that you can see much, but it still looks interesting. Oh, Danny inside. Legion twitch.
I thought that was an off then for a minute.
Well, it nearly was. He twitched and he saved
that Legion,
it.
Was it?
No, it was Danny C. Not that you can see much because Danny can't see because he nearly went off. Down the inside here, he got a little bit sideways. Did Legion, but I don't think. Oh, well, that's what it was. So Danny C had a bit of contact with Legion and slowed right down to let Legion back through again. So.
And we've got the fuel warning. That isn't relevant. It will be later, but it isn't at the moment. So we've got Ekberg in the lead, who's already taken the lead from Rooster. So Rooster's dropped down to 7th place, but obviously the flames coming out the back of these Hyundais, back of his Ford Mondeo, aka the Hyundai. But me and Adam will refer to these as the cars that the livery was on back in the day. Adam, that's right, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot easier for me because I keep forgetting it's a Hyundai. It's mainly because it's a testament to the quality of the liveries, mate. Because I forget what car they're actually on because they look so good. So
bless you.
That sounded sarcastic. It wasn't meant to be. That was
it didn't.
Genuine.
No. It's and it's the same for me. It just I don't look at this car now. I don't look at the car and think. I just think Mondeo. And then the same with Captain. I look at the let's just see Mazda. Having said that, Captain, he is right on the heels of Ekberg here. So,
well, Ekberg is living up to the Ford's reputation because he's on the soft tyres, but it is eating the front tyres quite quickly. So those softs aren't hanging on very well. They're already starting to have some wear. As we've got Captain on the preferred tyre, really in the medium. It's the best all-rounder.
I noticed this during testing that it was similar to Catalunya, where the left front tyre seemed to take an absolute beating, which it does figure on this shot. You can hear the tyres screeching at the moment here. So.
There's a lot of right-handed. It's obviously a right-handed circuit. There's a lot of long right-handed corners as Captain has really closed down on Ekberg.
But look who's got
really
behind.
Going to be screaming.
We've got
Clayjack's already
got Clayjack's LFC Ben in 3rd and 4th position respectively.
Danny's up there in 5th as well, so there's a pack behind. They're running quite well, but Clayjack's has done a fantastic job by the end of lap 2 to already. He started dead last, having won the sprint race, and he's already, as we see, Ekberg's already pitted.
Ekberg is pitted already.
That's probably because of his tyre wear, I would have thought. He's looking at that and realising he's not going to get much further on those tyres. So probably to pit, get rid of them, get onto a better compound and go longer into the race. He'll fill up. They all started on 85 litres rather than the full tanks, so they will be watching that as well. Yeah. Oh, he hasn't filled up. He's just literally changed tyres. He's just literally changed tyres. So he's come off of the softs onto the mediums. He can do whatever he likes on tyres as well, remember, because we've been declared a wet race, which would indicate that the rain's coming in at later. We haven't seen it yet. It's Clayjack and Ben are quite close together, aren't they?
That's right, in 2nd and 3rd. So we've got Captain in leading the race at the moment. So let's just go on board with Captain and see what he can see. So, yeah, I might actually... Yeah, so these yellow headlights, they do work in... They're not quite as bright as the rest, but...
Well, back in the day, people used to put yellow headlights on for fog, didn't they? They used to have them on the older cars.
Quite appropriate for tonight, for the spray.
So it might work in his favour later on. He might be able to see better than everybody else. Look how evil that car looks, though, with those covers.
It does look nice.
He might not be able to see where he's going, but he's
People can see
some good shots. Yeah, definitely. As rain's coming down.
Hold on a minute.
We can see the rain coming down. So those lights are working because we can see the rain coming down. So
whereabouts are they on the course now? So they're
they're just
approaching the
coming
last
round.
sector.
So that's going to be good timing if they're looking. Obviously, we can't see the weather radar. That bottom right-hand corner, we can only see the track map. But these
Ekberg
drivers
has just come in. Has just come in for mediums, so he's going to be regretting that. So this pit stop here, there's a wall.
tight pit entry.
Oh, yeah. So they're all diving in the pit.
I can see people hitting that if they're not careful. If they come in that, so look at everybody diving for the pit. Somebody else was going sideways in the background. I didn't see who that was. Well, Tyler stayed out. Well, he's going to have an interesting time getting into the pits the next time round. Tyler stayed out on those racing hards, so he's going to live to regret that, I think.
Maybe he knows something we don't.
Well, if he does, he's still very, very brave, because that is a lot of water on the track, and he's going to be losing so much time. It's a long lap. So everybody else has pitted. Captain has stayed in.
Wheel spinning in fourth gear.
Yeah, racing hard is not the tyre. Look at that, rain is properly coming down. Look at the tyre bar. Clayjack's making a move down the inside, leaving room. Clayjack's is being a bit tentative here to go past Captain. Or a bit of a tap.
But nothing much. But Clayjack's has opted for the full wets. And he's brimmed his tank now with fuel, so the tyre wear shouldn't really affect these. It's more the fuel. These are what these tyres are designed for, to shift as much water as possible. So if we can get a shot from the back of Clayjack's car, it's kicking up the spray now. You can see Captain there in the background with his yellow headlights.
Tyler is absolutely hemorrhaging time now. Look, Captain is catching him hand over fist. Tyler's really struggling just to keep the car in a straight line. It's just squirreling all over the place.
Had he come past, it was raining before he came past the pits, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know whether he got filed out and had to miss the pits, or whether he just wasn't watching, but he's just got no pace. Everybody's got to try and get round him.
He's a moving chicane at the moment, so he's doing.
Yeah. He's got held up a little bit. He'd made it past Captain.
Look at the state. Let's just go on board with Tyler. Look at. He's getting swamped. There's another one.
Well, yeah, there's another one. It's quite fitting, isn't it, in these conditions? But Marty, I haven't seen around. He's normally one who floats to the top in these conditions. But he hasn't. He hasn't. That was an accidental one. I didn't mean that one. But he normally is at the top.
I'll apologise in advance, ladies and gentlemen. These are going to be coming thick and fast.
That one, yeah, but that one was an accidental one. I didn't mean to do that one. Didn't know what I'd said until you laughed.
These thought they were going to have it all plain sailing.
Yeah. So talking about sailing, let's watch Tyler now sail straight into that pit, and he's lost a lot of time there, unfortunately. Ekberg is
Tyler is now in the pits, getting rid of those. So Clayjack's is now in the lead with a 1 second gap over LFC Ben, who's the current title leader at the moment, and Clayjack's is going to do everything he can to claw as many points back as we go on. Let's just go on board with Ben and see what his view. Excuse me. Is there any closer? You get the spray coming up off Clayjack's car, but both on wet tyres, and you can see them struggling. They're not using traction control. Interestingly, some of the people choose to use one, which is just a slight intrusion, but they're choosing to not run with it. They're using it as no aids. So just running it as a straight, no traction or nothing. This corner can catch you out if you get on the corner. If you get on the powers just slightly early, you've got the curb to deal with. Now this is a decent enough speed. You're coming up here. This is a third gear corner, but you've got to be careful. Take too much of that, you run wide.
Properly sideways and turns in. Ben's pushing. He's desperate to keep on terms with Clayjack's, isn't he? Clayjack's isn't pulling away, but he's edging away, isn't he? As Danny is being dropped a little bit here, but he's also on the wets.
Oof! So that's Butler on the back of Captain. So let's just go back. Let's just go on board with Butler here. So Butler's also on the wet. Oh, as Captain gets it all a bit loose there, so that's given Butler the chance to make it into fourth place. But look who's behind Butler Butler now, so we've got Hado and Legion. So let's just go back. So how far apart are these now? So, yeah, they're all in a line astern here. Sorry, another one.
If it gets any wetter, we're going to be seeing Kate Winslet and Leonardo DiCaprio, aren't we?
That's right. I think I saw them on top of the comms box.
On the top of the, I was going to say it was on the edge of the grandstand when I saw them. So they've migrated across. They're trying to get to the back of the boat before it sinks. But yeah, it was an unfortunate one there for Captain.
I'm gonna get that. That was a great example of a drift from Legion there. Look at the weather. Look at this. Absolutely throwing it down here as he comes into this corner. He gets just a bit of overspeed here.
Yeah, just a little bit of a twitch mid-corner. It wasn't quite on the right camera angle there. It looked a little bit more dramatic from behind.
Bit disappointing, that, yeah.
But he managed to hold it on. Filthy weather, isn't it? They need an outboard motor more than anything else, don't they? This is ridiculous weather. And obviously it's compounded by the fact that you've made it completely dark. So it's like racing into a coal mine as it is, but then you've got the spray. The car's still kicking up, a flick of the overrun, flames coming out the back of the exhaust. Hado, we know he's good in the wet, so he's doing a fantastic job in 5th. Legion's hunting him down. This is where the difficulty comes, because if you've got to make a move, you've got to come off the ideal line, and you just don't know where the grip is.
You say hunting down, I think they're getting a fishing line out.
They are. And, well, the interesting thing about this, I've just noticed, is Legion is on the intermediates.
So
everybody else is on the wets, and Legion is on the intermediates, so he's actually trying to get close to Hado, who's drifting it around the corner on the wets. Marty following suit as well.
This is a great battle to watch. But
Legion's doing a fantastic job to go round in these conditions on intermediate tyres. When it starts to dry out, he is going to be one to watch. He's 11 seconds off the lead.
But every corner, but Marty, look at Marty right on the back. Let's just go on the back of Marty now. He's right behind Legion, full touring car view. So we know Marty's on the wet, so he's actually on the better tyre for the conditions.
He's got the advantage now under the brakes. He's going to have more confidence under the brakes, surely. No,
he's
Legion
not defended.
Well, I don't know whether Legion meant to do that or whether he just couldn't stop because he's on the intermediates. A little bit of a bump off the track. Marty held back. And Matthias isn't far behind them either, really. I mean, 7 seconds.
That's right, but what tyres is Matthias on? He's also on the wets.
Oh, he's on the wets as well, so yeah, Matthias...
I'm just going to go back up to the top now and see the battle at the top between LFC Ben and Clayjacks now. We know both of these are on wet tyres.
Ben hasn't left Clayjacks alone, has he? So Clayjacks really isn't pulling away, and Ben once again has got the fastest lap.
That's right, so Clayjacks is not going to be... I mean, a 150... That must be done before it started raining.
It must have been. Yeah, it must have been, because they're down in the 2 minutes now.
If they've done a 156 in this, then right, I'm ramping it up.
No, he did that. He did that on lap 2 just before the rain came. So streaming off, isn't it? It's absolutely
it's
ridiculous.
Horizontal.
Somebody stood on the top of the grandstand with a Karcher pressure washer, trying to clean the cars.
Well, I did say earlier on that they had requested.
Well, yeah,
more rain.
Yeah, well, they've got it.
Well, I've obliged.
By the bucket load, quite literally.
Well, that's it. So this doesn't show any sign of abating, does it?
No, it's not clearing up at all at the moment. The light is stable. It looks like it might be brightening up a fraction, but that's not necessarily because of the rain. But we can see the water gauge that Jimmy mentioned earlier on. It's very much in the wet. So those on the wet tyres are in a good position, properly still sliding around even on the wet tyres though, but Ben is really hounding Clayjacks in these conditions.
But look at the view. But you see, Danny C there is in the background, he's like the Top Gear 4th car. As we see LFC Ben making a move on the inside here, that's a brave move. Clayjacks saw that coming, he's got the switch back. What a move. But I tell you what, that was a brave move from Ben. I'm just going to get a replay of that. He didn't get the position, but to do that in these conditions, Clayjacks to have the awareness of this. Look at this. Clayjacks knows what's happening. brakes a bit early, gets the switch back, gets the inside line. Yeah. See, they both knew what was going to happen there. They both know what the result was going to be. But full commitment, nonetheless, and full respect. That's what we love to see here.
Well, the more these two fight, the more it's going to bring Danny in, because as you say, he's like the Top Gear fourth car. He's just hovering around in the background there.
But these are actually, like we touched on earlier, the more these are fighting ears, we see LFC Ben going for another move here into this left-hander. Can he make this stick this time into the tight hairpin? It's all about getting a drive out of here, but Clayjax has got the inside line for the right-hander coming up as Ben tries to switch back. They're trying everything here. Ben's the current leader. He's desperately trying to stop Clayjax winning this because he knows he's under his lead is under threat, and it's only round 7. But the more he can stop Clayjax, the better. Danny knows this as well, so I can't believe how they're not holding back, are they?
It's quite entertaining to see how close they're following each other, considering the conditions. So, but Danny is really starting to close up on these two.
I'm just going to quickly head down to Butler, who's on the wet tyre on half a tank of fuel in 4th. Oh, sorry, this is Haydo. What am I on about? So Butler has found himself in a bit of no man's land, still on wets and half a tank of fuel. So you see now, look, they are starting to get wear on the tyres, but it's still above that bar, which signifies wet tyres. So Matthias, as we were singing his praises earlier, they're all on the same, roughly same tank of fuel level. But
is still in 6th place on the intermediate tyres, so he's doing an absolutely fantastic job. He's still with that man Marty. These two, they're going to make Butler jealous in a minute, because they're always together. Oh, is he sliding around?
Oh, and Marty's also sliding.
Yeah, Marty was just trying to keep off of the side of Legion there, but Legion's obviously on the intermediates. To be able to do this pace on these tyres is a brilliant result.
But the only downside, I suppose, is with him being able to go, well, you wouldn't have thought he'd be able to go slightly quicker. As you see him make a move back down the inside of Marty, that's confidence. But he's on slightly less fuel than the wet runners.
Yeah, that's true.
So that might be his Achilles heel. He might not be able to go as long as he would hope.
These two fighting quite hard. They are losing time to the leaders. They were 11 seconds off last time we saw them, and they're now down to 17. As they keep on swapping positions. They were doing this in the sprint race and they've carried it on. They were doing it in the practice session beforehand as well, and they still carried it on.
That's right.
Yeah, they will not leave each other alone this event, will they?
Just quickly go up to this man Haydo, who's on pretty good. He's only 11 seconds off the lead with a 2-second gap to Butler, who's just ahead. But we know Butler's on the wet tyre. We know Butler's quite good in these conditions as well. He likes a challenge.
Looks to me, and I don't want to tempt fate here, but it looks to me like that rain is starting to die down. It doesn't look as heavy as it was. It's still raining, obviously, but it doesn't look as horizontal.
It doesn't look as intense, does it?
No, it's falling down rather than across. So it's definitely, the wind has stayed relatively stable there at.
Well, that doesn't help with the rain, does it? With the headwind.
No, that's true. So it depends on what part of the
circuit
they're in.
Doesn't look lighter here, though, does it?
Well, it's obviously they're picking up speed. They're still kicking up spray. It's still wet, but yeah, it's stabilised conditions now, so they should be able to get used to where the grip is. The brakes are still glowing even in these wet conditions. Butler go inside.
We see Legion in the pits.
So Legion is coming in. He's just got no wear on those intermediate tyres, so I'm wondering whether
is he just coming in for a splash and dash?
He is. He's not even changing tyres. He's sticking on those inters.
He's listened to us, hasn't he?
Yeah, I wonder whether he has got the stream open. It would be
it wouldn't be surprising. And he's managed
a lot of them do.
He's managed to keep his position.
Yeah, it was a pit to nothing, really, wasn't it? He's lost a position to Matthias. But he wasn't going to lose all that much. I mean, he's now 40 seconds off the lead, but he's got the fuel. He's obviously feels he's on the fuel to go to the end.
If he's looked at the weather,
well, that water bar isn't as blue as it once was.
No, it's dropped.
Just below, so that rain has slowly started to slow down, and the cars going around, they are starting to dry out.
Danny C has closed right up on the top two here.
Danny C, quite a fitting name for these conditions, isn't it?
He's all at sea. Yeah.
All at sea.
Yeah, so Danny's also streaming this from his perspective, so if you want to...
He's definitely streaming in these conditions. That's another one.
Yeah. Apology. No, I'm not apologising. It's all part of the banter. It's all part of the fun. But Danny's also got this live streaming from his perspective, so if you want to jump over and have a look from how he's managing the strategy. So you see Danny is he's on a quarter of a tank of fuel now. I'm not sure what Clayjax and... So Clayjax and LFC Ben have got roughly the same amount. Clayjax is in.
So I'll bet you Clayjax is going to go on to the intermediates and put in just enough fuel to get to the end. They've only got 8.5 minutes left of this race. So he knows he's not going to need to put too much fuel in. Just over half, I would have thought. That will get him to the end. Is he changing onto inters? He is. Well, he's changing tyres. We're assuming he's going onto inters.
Well, it won't be dry tyres.
How much fuel is he going to put in? No, it definitely won't be slicks, will it? Let's see what he comes out on. Inters. Yep, so that's his strategy. So we're going to have to watch where Clayjax is relevant to Ben, because Ben's probably going to follow suit next time round. Ben looked like he was being held up by Clayjax a little bit, but he's now got Danny C to contend with. And it's brightening up as well. It's not as dark as it once was, so that would indicate that the weather is starting to ease up a little bit. The fact that they're going on to inters as well, not quite as much as standing water. But see how much steering input Dan.
So what have we got now? We've got left now
in
7.5 minutes on a 2-minute lap. 4 laps. They've got the tyres to do the 4 laps, but they haven't got the fuel. They're going to have to pit for fuel.
They're definitely having to pit for fuel. So
Clayjax is done. I just want to see where Clayjax is currently in 7th place. So in relation to where is he on the circuit now? So he's halfway around the circuit now.
Well, he's on the correct tyres, and he has gained quite a bit on the guys in front.
I can't see the rain falling now.
No, it's spitting, isn't it? It's pretty much drying up. So yeah, there's a dry line actually forming.
Right, so that is Clayjax.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I'm wondering, because Ben and Danny have got at least another lap of fuel in them, I would have thought. They're not flashing on the...
Are they going to take this opportunity? They're coming through the final sector now. If they're going to box, will we see them both come in, or we see one stay out, one stay in? This is the drama now.
They're both coming in.
They're both coming in. So now we've got to focus on... Well, Butler is in 3rd place, but Butler's also on the wets. Hado's on the wets, Marty's on the wets. Now, Legion, I want to see where Legion...
Well, Legion's behind Clayjax, but it's going to be interesting to see how much time he's made up on Clayjax. Well, yeah, okay. There or thereabouts, 19 seconds. He was 17 when he pitted, so he's lost a little bit of time, but overall, this might help him out.
But we've got Marty and Matthias, both. Marty for the manufacturer's Vauxhall, and Matthias for the independent Honda, both stayed out, but they're both on the wet tyres. So their wear now is stabilising, but they've got
good fuel, haven't they?
I think Marty might have a chance with this.
Well, he's got good fuel, hasn't he? It just depends on how much time he loses, because it has stopped raining, it's brightened up, and he's going to start cooking the tyres if it starts to dry out much more. Because it's not raining, so the more they circulate, the more water is going to be dissipated.
That's right. He needs to keep his tyres cool. As we see him there, utilising the wet patches or the wetter line.
Yeah, definitely going offline. Definitely trying to keep those tyres as cool as possible.
But how far is Clayjax has already caught? He's already caught Matthias.
Where's Ben? Because Ben has pitted. Has gone on to the tyres.
Yeah, he's 2 seconds behind. He's roughly about 3 seconds behind Clayjax. So we see them there. We see him in the same picture.
So obviously that strategy worked out quite well for Clayjax. He's done a bit of an overcut there. He's got a bit of a gap from Ben because these two were absolutely together.
Well, that's right. We've got both these on the intermediates now, and we've got Matthias still in a fantastic 3rd position. albeit on the wet tyres, but these two are going to catch them like a rate of knots here. So we've got
I can't see this really working.
He's not got the fuel.
He's not got the fuel. So when he pits, he might as well pit and get rid of these wet tyres.
So he's coming through the final complex now. So we should see. Depends what mix he's got it in. He's choosing to stay out. Is he not?
No, he's coming in. No, he stayed
out.
out.
He stayed out.
He has stayed out. So he's got one more lap.
Marty has come in. Incredibly, I thought Marty would have the fuel. That's incredible. He's cutting this. Oh, he's finding now that the wets just haven't got the grip now.
Well, he's on the wetter part of the circuit to try and cool those tyres down, but there's just, you can see the wear really starting to kick in now as those tyres overheat.
But Danny C is all over the back of Matthias now in 4th place. He's looking this now. He's got him in his sights. But Danny C's going to sweep round the outside here. Can he get it done? Can he make it stick? He's got the inside line for the next turn.
Yeah, that was just superior grip there.
Yeah.
He was on the correct tyre on the correct part of the circuit. So yeah, Matthias is going to have to pit at the end of this lap with three minutes to go. He's not going to get round another 2 laps. He's
got a 13-second cushion though between himself and Haydo. So it's only going to be, well, it's going to be tyres and fuel, isn't it?
Well, yeah, probably. There's no point in him staying on the wets to save time because he's going to end up losing the time when he comes back out.
That's right. So Haydo is in a great position. But I thought Legion would have made more of this than he has. But look at the state of his inters.
Yeah, he pitted onto the inters very early on, didn't he? And he started on the inters and just pitted for fuel. So these tyres have done the entire length of the race.
Guess what's going to happen? There's going to be another battle between himself and Marty, because Marty is on fresh tyres.
Caught him up. Yeah.
He's actually on the racing mediums.
Well, he's got a half-second penalty, but he obviously feels that the circuit is dry enough as long as he doesn't go offline. Well, this is going to make it interesting when he does catch Legion, because all Legion's got to do is stick to the racing line and force Marty off. So Marty will have to go onto the wetter part of the circuit.
As we see, Marty having a look.
He's got the superior grip, hasn't he? Legion can't do anything about it.
Oh,
Legion forcing Marty wide.
This is what Marty doesn't want. He doesn't want to be on the wet patches on these racing mediums, and that's what that's the only defence Legion's got in his armoury, and he's managed to get the move done. So we'll just see if we can get a view of that, to see where that was done.
I'm wondering whether Legion thought that he pushed Marty off there,
and
even though Marty was on the wet part of the circuit. He was always going to go off, but then Legion doesn't necessarily know what tyres Marty's on. I think
Legion has actually done the gentlemanly thing and moved over, which is, at this stage of the race, you can only applaud that. That's great. But look at the sun coming up now. This is early morning.
This is going to be interesting for them now, because as they drive into the sun, they're going to have the reflection off the circuit.
That's right, off the water.
Absolutely blinding for them. Marty's still got that half-second penalty. But let's just see as we go round this corner. We should be faced with the sun. Brilliant visuals on this game, isn't it, when you get the angle right?
Exactly. I just want to see with 50 seconds left, I'm just going to quickly come out of this view and I'm going to go to the top.
Look at those intermediate. That left front intermediate is absolutely dead on Clay Jax's car. So where he's got 2-second gap over Danny now. LFC Ben has lost out.
Well, he's emptied his tyres this time instead of his fuel.
Yeah, but is Danny?
He's going to be vulnerable. Danny is on better tyres.
Is Danny catching quickly enough? He isn't. They're all.
He's got to be careful with fuel.
Yeah, they're all limping to the finish here.
But this isn't the last lap, or is this?
Yes, this will be the last lap now. They're just coming around the last corner with 5 seconds to go, so they won't get onto another lap. This will be the end. Clay Jax judged it to perfection once again. But what happened to LFC Ben? Because he was right up there at one point. So yeah, his tyres were front.
Absolutely gone.
Properly cooked. Marty done a fantastic strategy there.
Absolutely brilliant. But I thought he would have stayed out, Adam.
Well, yeah, but it's worked in his favour because he was behind Matthias and Legion, and we saw him go past Legion not long ago, and he suddenly jumped up into 4th place. So that was the strategy that really everybody else was cooking their tyres, and Marty was on the racing mediums at the end, had the grip.
We see Team Sweden here, Mr. Ekberg himself coming to take 9th place. What a great finish by Ekberg, on racing softs no less, with On Vapor and Captain taking the last scoring points in 10th place in the rhubarb and custard, Tyler bringing it home after what can only be described as a disastrous pit crew call, staying out for an extra lap on the hards, which turned him into a canal barge.
He had the Ferrari strategy team on there, didn't he?
It
really didn't work.
No. And then Rooster sticking with the race. This is what we like to see. Doesn't matter where they finish, he's actually on the racing hards, but he's completing the race, coming through the final set of corners now towards the start finish. Do a bit of drifting. We'll leave him with that. I think I mentioned grass cutting before. I think he's spotted a bit of long grass. So well done to Clayjacks. That is 2 wins again.
But interestingly, Ben got both fastest laps. So
that's right.
No clean sweep award this time round for Clayjacks, but he's got the bulk of the points. He'll be happy with that.
We'll just catch up there.
Danny will be happy with 2nd.
Well, this is running down now. We'll just catch up with a couple of chats in the in YouTube. Get in there, Danny, says Danny C. Well done, everyone, says Carl. Finish line couldn't come fast enough, says Clayjacks. Was saving them with everything I had for the last 2 laps. A lap too early for me again, says Carl. So let me just quickly save the replay. And I'm going to have a drink, Adam. Can you do the results?
Yeah, by
Sorry,
all
mate,
means.
you're about as bad.
Well, Clayjacks just about hung on to the win there with dead tyres, but everybody was in the same boat. Ha ha ha. But yeah, Clayjacks takes another win. Danny will be happy with 2nd to add to his podium finish from the sprint race. LFC Ben, championship leader, who will be absolutely ecstatic with that result, I'm sure, in 3rd place with the fastest lap, which is an important bonus point. Marty, fantastic strategy. He really made that strategy work by going on to the mediums. We thought he'd done it a bit too early, but he made that work and really brought it home in the dying moments of that race in 4th place. Haydo, we know he's good on the strategy. He's shown it before and has shown it again in 5th, and again the same with Matthias, leading the independents for this one in the feature race. Butler just commented in the chat there saying that he went on the tyres a lap too early. Legion looked like he had a good strategy there for a minute, but his tyres just ran him down and just unfortunately finished down there in 8th place. That won't be doing his championship hopes much good. Ekberg bringing it home in 9th. Good result there for Ekberg. Captain in 10th after his early spin. Tyler had a bit of an issue there with his pit crew. And then Rooster in 12th place, but still finished the race in those conditions. It's just, very commendable. Brilliant to see everybody finish the race. So thank you to everybody.
Well done, Adam. Absolutely, I tell you what, yeah, great performance from the whole grid. That wasn't easy. And to stick it out and complete the race, yeah, can't thank you all enough. Have you got pictures of both of those, Adam?
Oh, no, I didn't do that. Hang on.
Let's give you that.
Yeah, got that one.
Yep.
And got that one as well, yeah.
Brilliant. Right, well, I think we've got, apparently, after that performance, Clayjacks has needed to get a stiff drink, I think, and I think he's headed straight to the bar. I've tried contacting Team Renault, but we can...
As if the conditions weren't wet enough, he's then gone and got a drink.
Well, yes, that's what he said. I think it was judging by the state of his tyres at the end, but I think we may have Team Audi. They've kindly put the beer on hold and jumped in for a quick interview. Danny C, how was that for you, my friend?
I enjoyed myself. Felt like I could have got a bit more, but So overall, another good performance from my side. Just a couple of double podium finishes and a pole position at last.
Yes. So, yeah, but that was some tough driving conditions there, Danny, at times. I know you've raced in my lobbies countless times with weather, but I've not run that combination many times with the failing light and the driving rain. And you also had a headwind. So that was it? It wasn't so much the tyre wear, it was towards the end when it started drying out, but it was the fuel. So you managed to keep on top of the strategy. It looked like you managed to keep it all under wraps and execute a perfect strategy by all means.
Best I can there. So obviously from both sides of the race, the sprint looked like I had this, and then Clay just decided to send it in there on the first corner, and then later on there I just tried to do my best to keep within touching distance, and then unfortunately, from my side that went a bit too wide out of the first corner, which gifted another position to LFC Ben. So it's just my side it's on me, but obviously we just keep going and keep moving forward. And for the feature race as well, that although that I would just keeping the wheels on the ground, and then until it started raining, then obviously you just had to try out different lines to the two drivers that I had in front that were Clay, Jackson, and Ben, and obviously a couple of us who were in it for a short space of time. And then so towards the end that I could see the wet patches as the racing line was drying up, and then so as many times as I could to keep the tyres in good condition.
Yeah,
therefore
we noticed that.
It puts me into a much better position towards the end of the lap. As you will notice then, LFC Benz suffered out on the tyre wear for not
That's
using
right. Well, all the front runners crossed the line with pretty much dead tyres. Well,
yep.
Excellent result, Danny. That's helped your campaign no end, and those points tables will be released over the weekend. So thank you very much for jumping in. You go back to the bar and get that well-earned drink, my friend, and congratulations again on hitting the 300 subs on YouTube.
Thank you very much.
Okie dokie. Right, I believe we have the wheelman in the house. Hado, are you there?
I am here.
Here he is. Is it still... main question, do you still have a wheel in one piece?
This time, yes, it's in one piece. I don't need to push with one hand to the wheel to the table, and with one hand I need to pull myself back to the table since I have a chair with wheels. So when I brake, I also push myself back, and usually I pull myself with the wheel. But this time the wheel is coming off, so with the one hand I am pushing, the other hand I am pulling at the brakings.
So none of that tonight then?
No, not this night. So it was nice. At the sprint I spun once, so from 5th I went to 9th.
Yes, yeah, we
and
saw
nothing.
that.
Yeah, and
how did you find the feature? You got a very good finishing position at 5th again.
The first lap, I guess we were going 3 wide, and then I had contact. I tried to slow down so I don't overtake him on the straight, but then I got hit and pitted into the wall. I guess it was with Marty or with Legion. So I was practically lost, but since I was fuel saving, and when we went into the pits, suddenly I went from maybe 12th place to 5th place or 6th place since instant, because everybody was still fueling, and I stopped my fuel early because I had still fuel in the tank.
Brilliant. Well, what a great race. Got some good points for Team BMW there, Hado.
Yeah.
And look after that wheel.
I'm sure I will.
And thank you very much for taking part tonight. It wasn't an easy race, and I appreciate all your efforts, mate. And I know it's late for you, it's an hour ahead, but it's Saturday night, so I'm sure... Get yourself a well-earned drink, and you can relax now. You can breathe.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks again, Hado.
No worries.
Adam, last one for you, because I know you're dying to ask the question. Tyler, man, show yourself.
Hell yeah, brother.
I hope you're not paying your pit crew tonight.
Oh, I was. He's always on tap.
Always on tap, did you say?
Yeah.
Even you're at it. Oh, we can't. It's never ending, isn't it?
I don't drink alcohol. Don't worry.
That joke, Jimmy, don't work for the Americans because they call it a faucet, so it doesn't really work.
He's not wrong.
He's not. He's very rarely wrong, is Adam. But
Yeah.
So come on then. You had the Ferrari pit crew. Adam was saying on comms.
So
Box. No, stay out. Box.
we'll start with the sprint race. I know everyone wants to see about the feature race. We did that in a minute. Sprint race, it was alright. They had a great ding dong battle with Ekberg, or as my buddy Slowpoke likes to call him now, Eggberg. Yes, Eggberg with a G. It was pretty funny. But had a great battle with him all race. Managed to hold him off the end. The feature race. Oh boy. Well, for the main part of it, I was doing alright, and then me and Matthias got together, because I didn't see him on the inside, and I got out in the grass. He waited for me like a gentleman, which I appreciate that. And then when it came to the weather, unfortunately, I couldn't get into the pit lane because somebody who I will not state's name, just for, respect purposes, rejoined the track unsafely, and it shoved me out so far that if I had to try to cut it back across, it would have gave me a 3-second penalty, or I would have slammed the pit wall on the entry. So I was like, well, I'm on hards. If you're on hards in the wet, you're not. I mean, you're gonna have no grip, but you won't be as bad off as if you were on like sauce or something.
I think you would have been better taking the 3-second penalty from what you lost.
Well, because I was also sideways when I was thinking, well, I could try to still make it, and there was already two cars. There was 2 cars there, and I was thinking, well, if I try to shoot back across in the pit lane, I could also wreck somebody. So
I've got to get one final one in. I thought you were showboating.
No, I was not showboating.
I thought you were showboating, drifting into the pit lane. So,
but yeah. I did. When I came back out, I was like 12 seconds behind Rooster, and I essentially locked in and channeled my inner Lewis Hamilton and went from 12 seconds to about 4 in about 3 laps.
Yeah, it was. So, how did you find that? It's going to mix the grid up because Matthias was only 4 points behind you going into this. So yeah, we had a 4-point lead. So there was only 3 independents out tonight. So yeah, you still get some good points, but I've got a feeling that's all going to change. I'm sure Adam. Well, I'm not going to put Adam on the spot now, but it's definitely going to mix it up, isn't it, Adam?
Yeah, I think it's probably gained on by probably 2 points, but I haven't fully worked it out yet, so I'll get that all sorted. But I think you just got away with it, Tyler. I think you're still leading at the moment.
All right. Well, I genuinely try to beat the guy, but that guy's Matthias. He's fast. No other way around it. So,
well, thank you again, Tyler. And you knew I wouldn't let you down when you knew it was a wet race. You knew what was coming, didn't you?
Yeah, no, you did not let me down, that's for sure.
Well, thank you very much for taking the time to come in, Tyler. And yeah, it's early afternoon for you there, isn't it? So
it is 4:21 in the afternoon.
That's right. Well, you enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'm going to wrap up the stream here. So thank you very much, Tyler, for taking the time to come in. And Nissan.
Yep.
Okie dokie. I'll speak to you after the stream, mate.
All
right. Cheers, mate. Thank you.
See ya.
Well, Adam.
Yeah. What can we say about that? It was certainly entertaining, not knowing where the weather was going to go, but throw in the dark as well. That really made it entertaining to watch. And I think it caught a few of them out in terms of the tyre wear, how quickly it dried at the end there. We saw how much tyre wear threw in, but I mean, the driver of the car that you're seeing out on the screen at the moment for Matthias, Marty. Sorry. I want to watch that replay and see how that strategy panned out, because we saw him come in for slicks. We thought it was a bit early. Nobody else bothered apart from a couple behind him, and all of a sudden he was not only fighting with Legion, we saw him, but then suddenly was up into 4th place on the last lap. So he gained so much in the dying moments of that race. What a great race to get your head around all the strategy and second guess the weather. It was brilliant.
Well, they actually got away with it twice. because I backed it off because I thought, hold on a minute, if I make it any darker, we're not going to be able to see the liveries, regardless. So, yeah, that added a curveball in. I've had suggestions, but I thought, you know what, they've asked for it, so yeah, why not? Let's try it out. Let's ease them in gently.
Yeah.
But well, that was round 7, ladies and gentlemen, of 10. I can't quite believe we're at round 7. We're over 2/3. We've got 3 rounds left of season 4, and contrary to tonight's race, it is hotting up. There's not a lot between them. So as we mentioned on in the race, Danny's the defending champion, but Clayjack's won season 2. Season 3. Sorry, season 2.
No, it was season 2.
That's right, season 2. So Clayjack's he's hungry for another win. He wants to get 2 wins under his belt. Danny wants to add Danny wants to add a third. So yeah, Danny won't be giving up. But if you thought that was exciting, yeah, hold on to your seats for next week. Shall I announce the track? I've done it. Why break the habit of a lifetime? Danny is going to go and see his friend. There's a clue.
Yeah, I've got it.
You've got it?
I got it. I worked it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Danny's provided excellent entertainment. He's caught us out twice. We should have known. No prizes for guessing. Danny's going to go and see his mate, the kangaroo. I can't remember what he named him. Could you, Adam? He did give him a name, did he? Kenny the kangaroo.
Kenny,
I'm sure it was Kenny. Yeah, he's going to be reunited with Kenny. We are heading down under next week. We are heading to Bathurst, which is one of my favourite tracks. Absolutely love that track. And apparently, the weather stick's going away again. Ugh. So, yeah, no weather. But I'll have to work my magic with the strategy. So, right. That's the track. The results will be posted over the weekend, either tomorrow or Monday. The points tables will be up. The entry post will be up probably at the same time on either tomorrow night or Monday. But all that's left for me to do now is thank you, Adam, for your amazing contribution as always.
Not a
And
problem.
every single driver tonight, all the way through the season, every single driver tonight on the grid. That was tough. I don't think I would have, I would have been pulling my hair out, what's left of it. But to see that, and to see people just, no one quit out, and everyone give it the best, and that's all I ask. And that's what we strive for here. And it's great, clean racing. We've seen numerous incidents tonight, not serious incidents, but we've seen the fair and clean ethos being displayed. Regardless of where they were in the race, they could have been in third, fourth, pulling over, giving the place back, as Danny touched on in his interview, and Haydo also touched on. So that's it for Jimmy. I need a drink. My throat is about to give in. So all that's left for me to do is wish you all a good rest of your evening. Enjoy the weekend and the week ahead. And join me next week, 7:15 in the UK, live here with me, Jimmy Codger, and Adam Barth for round 8 at Bathurst, which is going to be an absolute cracker. It's a technical track, it's a demanding track, and we've seen it's the scene of the final from season 3. Season 2, Adam, was it?
It was season 2, yeah.
I'm getting good at this, aren't I? Consistent, wrong.
Consistently wrong, yeah.
Yeah. So it was the scene of the final, which was true fireworks. So we all know they do like this track. It's technical, it's demanding. So if you want some more entertainment like you've seen tonight, tune in next week at 7:15, live here with me, Jimmy Codger. And for now, that's it. Good night. Enjoy the week ahead. Take care, and I will see you next week.